So now our second line of attack here is when I change my base and start to look for the mount, Mike's gonna do one of two things. One, he can start to keep his knees up, or two, he's gonna start to put his hand here to either underhook or even block my leg to sort of catch me in half guard. He's hoping that I make a mistake and he can catch me in one of these points. So as I'm threatening the mount, I'm creating a double attack here. And I think a lot of jiu-jitsu works really well when you can create double attack. So as soon as Mike starts to respect and feel that I'm setting up my mount, I can use this arm to set up my Kimura. So you see right now, Mike is pushing on my knee. There are two ways I can get his arm to start to push on my knee. One, he feels the mount's coming and he blocks. Or sometimes two, if he's just keeping his arm in the right spot, I will reach into his arm here and connect my palm to his bicep. Then I'm gonna press that to the floor, and you see he loses the connection to my neck. He loses that connection, and then I can just start to turn my wrist towards his and pin his arm to his stomach here. Now, when I try to reach for the Kimura grip, a lot of the times people are gonna feel like you have trouble connecting your hands. I will just try to get my fingertips on. That's all I really need. Very similar to like rock climbing, where you're just grabbing the edge. I'm gonna hold on here, and I don't need the perfect grip. So as soon as I have Mike's arm isolated, I'm gonna start to move north-south. And as I start to move north-south by changing my base, I can start to pick Mike's arm up, and only now will I get the perfect Kimura connection. As soon as I lift Mike's back off the floor, I can use my foot or my knee to guarantee that he's gonna stay on his side and I have his arm isolated, okay? From here, I can start to put pressure with my chest. I'm then gonna break away, bring his arm all the way back towards him, and finally his hand towards the back of his head, and I get the tap. So this will work really well when you're trying to mount your opponent. They feel that it's coming, and then they have no choice but to give up their arm. So one more time all together, I'm gonna change my base, catching Mike's arm. I'm gonna move in and then scoop my hips back, okay? This isn't always necessary, but I think the position becomes way stronger when his arm is isolated behind me. Now, I can take my time and threaten the mount, and if I feel the opportunity, I'll take it. But a lot of the times when I'm here, the person's going to be lifting their knee, trying to block. And a lot of the times, if I just rest my knee on his stomach, he's gonna put his hand here to block the mount. So right away, as soon as he puts his hand, for example, I'm gonna connect my hand to his wrist, and my right hand is gonna go over top. I'm not too concerned about getting the tightest Kimura grip here. I'm just keeping the tension with my fingers on my wrist. Now, I'm gonna start to use my leg, and I'm gonna change my base. 1, 2. I'm then gonna lift Mike. I don't need to lift him to the ceiling, but instead I turn his elbow from the right side of his body to the left, and that's gonna expose his back. I think a really solid way to keep the space is just dropping my knee to his back so that I can pinch my knees and guarantee that he can't rest his back on the floor. Now, there's a lot of different grip breaks we can work from here, which we can talk about in another video, but now I'm just gonna drop my chest to break his grip. And as I do, I'm gonna break away, bringing his hand towards his back. So we'll look at a few more techniques from here that you can use to get the submission or get the mount.